Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to show off this Smith Corona Sterling. It's a 1963, and wow, oh wow, this typewriter is wonderful. We got one of these in Dove Gray. This one is the Star Mist Blue. But at my stepdaughter's wedding, we gave her one of these in the Dove Gray, and they used it for their guest list. And if I can find a picture, I'll pop it up in the screen here. Just to me, this is one of the most elegant typewriters. She also pulled it out. She had a baby shower a couple weeks ago that we went to, and she had it at the baby shower for people to sign and leave a note on the typewriter. But to me, the Smith Corona Sterling with this body style, this is the 5AX series, just elegant. I mean, what can I say? Just gorgeous. This one is in really good condition. It has a little bit of scratch on the side, but this has the angled body style. Can you see if you can see that here? Just kind of a little bit, not as curvy on the top, a little more angled. And then I love that it has this metal front plate that kind of looks like, what a car grill would look like back in the late 50s, early 60s with the diamond patterns over here. And it's simple but elegant lines, and it's a wonderful typing machine. So if you are looking for a manual that is just top notch, really, I would say the 5AX series from the Sterling has to be one of my favorite manuals. I mean, it's hard to say because I just love typewriters, but for me, if I was just sitting down and I got to choose between a lot of really awesome typewriters to just keep in my own personal collection, I would definitely include a Sterling, the 5AX Sterling. Okay, so that's enough chit chat right now. I'm going to go into a tutorial now in case you don't know how to use or would like to know a little bit more about how to use the Sterling. If you've got one, get it out and we'll go along with me. If you were just watching to just see what it would be like and if it would fit your personality, I would still encourage you to watch as I share a little bit about how this 5AX works. But yeah, this is a special lady. I will just say that. Okay, so before we go in, let me go ahead and I'll show you the typeface on this one. Now, please keep in mind that the typeface might be different for your Sterling. It has to do with how often it was used, if it's been cleaned. Some of them have different typefaces in the same model. So just because that's mine doesn't mean that's what yours is going to look like. It probably will, but I can't guarantee that. Okay, so let's start with the back and we're going to move our way forward. So back here, that back panel will flip open, and you shouldn't have to get in there, but if you need to clean, that's what you can do. All of your controls for the tabs are right here. If they didn't have the controls here, they would be in this section back here. So this one also has your margin sets are these silver tabs. You just press and drag. I'll try to speed it up here a bit. Okay, to wherever you want. To release, this is your carriage right here, and to move it, there's a silver lever on either side. Doesn't matter which one you press in, and you just move it. There's that bell. The bell will ring when you come close to your right margin. So if I move it here, it's going to ding just before you get there. And that's to let you know that when you're typing and you hear that bell, then you can hit the return handle and go to the next line. Speaking of next lines, we have a 1, 2, and 3 here, and your selector is the silver tab next to it. And right now it's on a single advance. You could have a double spacing, triple. Then comes in handy if you're writing like a first draft and you want to make notes. Definitely the double and triple is what I would recommend. If you're doing that, you need to make notes. Excuse me. While we're on the left side, there is a silver knob. I'm gonna lift this up right here. That is for variable spacing. So let me put this back down. What that means is, let me load some paper. You want to use my margins. When you go to the next line, it's going to advance a single or a half a line, but sometimes you want to go in between. It doesn't line up just right. So you pull that silver tab out. You don't hear that click anymore, and you can set your ribbon vibrator wherever you want, and then re-engage it. And that just comes in handy, especially if you've got lined paper. Okay, so here's your return handle. Again, that does two things. It brings you, let's say you're here, it brings you to the beginning of the line, and it advances you to the next line. All right, on the right side, we have the paper release. So I'm nice and even, but let's say you loaded your paper and it's really crooked, which happens. Then you can get it all lined up. Just make sure you re-engage it. Also, there is a paper holder back here. I'm going to go ahead and flip that up. It looks like TV antennas, if you're old enough to remember those. Okay, now that I have my carriage all the way to the left, I'm going to go ahead and open the top. Please make sure your carriage is to the left before you open the top. Otherwise, you're going to scrape your cover. So you just pull gently. You don't have to pull hard. And inside, you're going to find your typing basket and your ribbon spools and your ribbon vibrator. And we're going to try to start making separate videos on how to thread the ribbon for each of these. So you probably won't see it today. I don't know, depending on, you may not see it the day that I release this video for you, but maybe within 2 to 3 days afterwards, you'll find the ribbon video. We're gonna try to start catching up on some of that. And my son is coming home on Sundays, and he's gonna be videoing Rob changing out ribbons on different typewriters. And so we'll start creating a playlist of how to change ribbons in a very specific model. Okay, and so you can jump to that and watch that. So this takes a universal ribbon, I believe, and you just pop it in there, and I will leave, once we get that video done, I will link to it down in the description so you can see how to thread that ribbon. Just remember, black on top, red on bottom, and Rob will tell you the rest. So your ribbon reversal is right here, over here on the left side. So let's see, right now it's going this way. If I reverse it, it'll go this way. So that ribbon has a whole lot of ink in it. So you'll just type till you get to the end. And what will happen is the font will either get faint, or this will start to feel stiff on you, or the carriage and the keys, they'll just stop. And there's nothing wrong with your typewriter. Before you panic, always check your ribbon reversal. See if it's been stuck. See if you need to reverse the ribbon. It's the first thing I do. Anytime I have issues with my typewriter, the first thing I do is reverse the direction of my ribbon. A lot of times that takes care of it. So anyway, and then you just reverse it, and there you go. This little lever here is the tension selector, and that just determines how hard these type bars strike your paper. Honestly, I can't tell a difference, but you go ahead and play around with it. Okay, and the best way to adjust the tension of your typewriter keys is with these little bars right here, your fingers. Best way is the pressure that you put on the keys. Okay, so we're gonna have that all the way down. Down here is our keys, and you will see that you've got your numbers. If you hit shift, then you'll use the symbols. Same with the letters, it'll be lowercase, shift is uppercase. Shift lock is the one on the top, and it locks it down. To release that, either side, you just press down a little bit further, it unlocks it and it'll pop back up. The arrow is your backspace. The paper goes this way, but the carriage goes that way. So, or the spacing. Anyway, you know what I mean. To me, it always looks like it's backwards, but the truth is the carriage is going that way, but your spacer, your typing little thingamajigger goes that way. Okay. Then you have your tab. So I've got a tab set right there. I can clear it. Let's hit the return, and that should have cleared it. It cleared it. And then to set it, let's go right here. You just hit set. Oops. There we go. And that is how you clear and set a tab. Margin release is for when you get close to the end of the margin. There's that bell. So it stopped on me. But I also noticed it skipped a line, so I'm gonna go now it's stopped. Margin release, release that. I can finish typing. So that is what the margin release is for. Up here, you see the little color dots, black, white, red. That is your color selector. So I have it on black right now. Red is all the way at the bottom, and the middle is white. That is your stencil setting. It's not going to, you can hit your key, but it's not going to imprint anything, because what it's doing is it's not lifting that ribbon up. So that's the other thing I would check if you're like, why isn't my typewriter typing? First, reverse the direction of your ribbon, and then check and make sure that your setting is not on a white and that it's firmly on the black or the red. Okay, so that is the basics of how to use your Smith Corona Sterling. This one happens to be a 1963, but the same would apply to a couple of those years around it. I hope you found this helpful, and if you've got a Sterling, why don't you pop a photo of it if you can, or tell us about your Sterling, or you can go to, we have a TYPEWRITERS group on Facebook. I would love to see a picture of your Sterling and what you're writing. All right, thanks so much for watching. You all have a blessed day and happy typing.